Hello, everyone. Welcome to Royal Black and Elite. Today's lecture is very interesting. What if I told you long before the Civil War, there were thriving black communities? They were filled with successful business owners, landowners, educators, skilled craftsmen, churches, and yes, even millionaires. Well, this chapter of American history is rarely found in textbooks, but it is found in my new book that's coming out in August, Everything Black. You all be sure to pick that book up. It's 400 years of Black history. And this history, a lot of it is hidden, but I am excited about today's lecture. I want to welcome my royalers, my members, everyone. Hello, everyone. I hope your day is going well. Today, we're exploring the incredible history of free black communities that nourished and flourished before the Civil War. So, let's get into chapter 1, the reality of free black America. Now, before the Civil War began in 1861, there were approximately 500,000 free African Americans who lived in the United States. Some, they had purchased their freedom. Others, they had been born free, while others had to serve in the military in order to be emancipated. Life, though it was not easy, many states they restricted where free black people could live, how they could vote, if they could own a pow pow, testify in court, or even receive an education. Yet, despite these boundaries, they really built extraordinary communities, and I want to visit a few of them. Number one, Weeksville, Brooklyn, New York. Shout out to Brooklyn, New York. This is our first stop in Weeksville. It was founded in 1838. Now, it was started by a man named James Week, and he was a free black dock worker who had purchased land in Brooklyn, Weeksville, and it quickly became the largest independent black community in the United States. Their families owned homes, the businesses, y'all, they lined the streets. Churches served as both places of worship, but they also were centers of political organizations. The community established schools, orphanages, benevolent societies, homes for the elderly. So Weeksville was really concerned about its community. And I think that's why black communities are failing, because instead of doing what these people did, which was start our orphanages, benevolent societies, homes for the elderly, they began to depend on the government to take care of the needy in the community. And it has been to the black community's detriment, in my opinion. Now, Weeksville also became a refuge for African Americans fleeing racial violence in New York City. New York was a very racist place. Its residents believe it didn't have slavery, but it was racist. Its residents believed that property ownership meant independence. And you know what? They were right. Now, today's portions of Weeksville has been preserved as living history. Listen, if you all are near Weeksville, would you put your comment down below? Hit that like button. Tell me a little bit about that area, if you know any history about that area. Let's keep it moving to number 2, Seneca Village, Manhattan. You all, long before Central Park existed, another remarkable black community stood on the very land where millions now stroll every year. And this place was called Seneca Village. Now, it was founded in 1825, and it became the home of free black owners, Irish immigrants, and German families. Now, owning property, of course, like I said a little earlier, it carried enormous significance. And in New York at the time, black men who owned sufficient property, they could vote. By purchasing land, Seneca Village residents gained not only homes, but they also gained political power. And just like in Weeksville, Brooklyn, New York, Seneca Village also took care of their people. They had gardens, stable family homes, churches, and schools. Y'all, let me tell you something. Sadly, in the 1850s, the city used something called eminent domain to remove the residents in order to construct Central Park. Their homes were destroyed. Now, recently, some archaeological discoveries have brought their remarkable stories back to the public memory. But I will say, I cannot believe that the city of New York took these black people's land and did eminent domain. So a lot of people think the fight is against each other. There's a bigger enemy out there, and they can just straight up take your property. Now let's move to number three. Nicodemus before Nicodemus. This was the Ohio free black settlement. So although the famous settlement of Nicodemus came after the Civil War, Ohio really became a very thriving community for black settlements throughout. Communities such as Wilberforce, Carthagena, and Gilead Township attracted formerly enslaved and free black people, and they were seeking opportunities. And just like the cities before them, they had businesses, churches, schools, and farms. And you know what? They made education a priority. Many families sacrificed tremendously so that their children could learn to read, write, and eventually attend institutions like what would become Wilberforce University. And this was America's first college owned and operated by black people. These communities laid the groundwork for the future of black educational excellence. Now we're going on to number four, Cincinnati. Hello, Cincinnati, Cincinnati's Black Business District. By the 1840s, Cincinnati had become one of the largest centers of free black life in the Midwest. Black entrepreneurs, they operated barbershops and tailor shops and restaurants, grocery stores, you all, construction businesses, and boarding houses. And that's one thing, again, I see these communities, they really met the need of the black people in their community. They did not look outside of their communities to meet those needs, and even infrastructures. And I know a lot of communities are going through finances right now, and they're looking outside and trying to tax their people instead of building businesses and supporting businesses that can hold up the economic structure in their community. I think we need to go back and learn from the people who went before us. That's just my opinion. Please put your comments down below. It seems like to me the only reason these were prosperous black communities was because these people they seeded into their communities and they worked together. Now, this city also became a very important stop on the Underground Railroad. Successful black businessmen frequently invested in schools and churches while helping free people who were seeking freedom to escape from slavery. Now, they had a lot of riots, but they just kept on rebuilding. Number five, Philadelphia's 7th Ward. Shout out to Philadelphia. Now, Philadelphia had one of America's largest and most influential free black populations during that time era. The city's 7th Ward became home of the physicians and the ministers, the abolitionists, entrepreneurs, all kinds of really important people, skilled craftsmen. And this community produced nationally respected leaders who fought tirelessly for civil rights. These organizations that were established there were newspapers, literary clubs, insurance associations. There was no State Farm. Black people insured black people. And when their families passed away, they had the services, and their families received money because they were paying into these black insurance companies. So you all, complete education and financial independence were the order of the day at that time. And it was a very important part and a pillar of the black community. Number six, New Orleans. These were the free people of New Orleans. Perhaps nowhere was black success more visible than in New Orleans. The city's free people of color, they were known as French, formed one of North America's most prosperous free black populations before the Civil War. Now, these people became builders, architects, merchants, and property owners. And some, they really accumulated significant wealth, and they really owned large businesses. They established schools, cultural organizations, and charitable institutions that strengthened the city's black middle class. Their influence really shaped the culture of New Orleans the way that you see it today. So, I want to thank you all for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed today's lesson about free black communities that thrived before the Civil War. Now, YouTube seems to think you're going to like this next video coming up. I have over 300 videos. You all go down below, learn about our rich and royal black history. Now, you know that my lectures are for education and entertainment purposes only, and the Fair Act use is in effect.